Hello and welcome to Thermal Expansion Mod Spotlight. So I'm going to cover all the sort of mods there are. There's a Redstone Arsenal which also came out recently. Got various different weapons and stuff. So you can see they require fluxed ingots, which requires fluxed electrum, which requires electrum blend. In general, you know, like you've got like electrum and invar, pretty useful materials. You can make invar shields. You can make a lot of different shields with thermal foundation. There's also currency, which you can make the numismatic press, I believe. There's another thing called the tectonic initiator, so that can increase yield from ores. Let's have a look at this. So we've got a tree here. Extracts fluid from a tree. Okay, so that should be working. It is. Now let's see what happens if we put this, the thermal mediator, next to it. Improves operational speed of nearby machines. Okay, that is going to require some power. So what about a steam dynamo? Can we rotate it with this? No. Okay, so it's the crescent hammer. Yep, so that works pretty similarly to how I might have done before. So what do we want in here? We need some water. And you can see you've got all the various different stats. So yeah, so put some water in. What about some coal? There we go, it's generating some power. You need to put coolant in here. So what should we put for coolant? Maybe some cryothium? Might not be a bad idea, right? I think that's a good idea. So it might work well. Yeah, so we've got this, a coolant, closed loop. You can make a coolant is no longer consumed for operation. Okay, but this is one of those ones that I don't think it's upgradable. Let's see if we can upgrade it. So we might want to put a so the conversion kit is probably the one you want, just because this works with all the lower tier things. So that's kind of handy, but I don't think it works on this thing. So there's that. It's only got 900 in it now though. So that might be a good way to get resin. So what would you do with the resin then? That's a good question. Let's have a look at the resin. So we can do usages of resin. We might want to put it in a fractionating steel to make some rosin. Okay. So let's put a fractionating steel down. So that's made like that with machine frame, blah blah blah. And cool. Now what about power on this one? No power. This thing, does this? I don't think this actually does need power, does it? It does. It does seem to say it needs power, but I don't think it does. Let's make sure we've got the right wrench here. We'll put power into here though. Let's have a look. We can take a look at this. 900. Yeah. Doesn't seem to imply it needs power, even though it's got a logo on it. And the power buffer doesn't seem to be filling up. I don't know, maybe it's not working properly with the one probe. Anyway, so what might we want to do here? Well, we've got the resin here, right? So we're going to want to export it out into here. So let's see if we can import it. Okay, so auto input in unavailable. So we might want to upgrade it then. So let's see. Okay, so we need to put an augment in it to make it. No, auto input is unavailable. Maybe put some power in it, maybe. Let's get some more water. Let's put the water in from an aqueous accumulator. That's the way I'm going to do this. I'll figure out a way in a minute. Okay, let's take 2 water buckets, put some dirt. I'm going to do something like this, I think. Yeah. So where do I want to put the water? I probably want the water... well, one here. Yeah, I'll put one there and then one in this spot here, right? And I'll put the aqueous accumulator down here. And then, yeah, and that's basically it. So let's put the water in. Okay. So it should be outputting. There we go. And we'll just put in some coal manually just to get the power. So yeah, this is basically this thing where you can see it's making the steam. It's charging up the fractionating still. So yeah, so once you get I would like to export it though, to be honest. Did I not upgrade this thing? It's got the resonant on it. So we might need to get an augment for it. Let's see if I can find an augment. Processing speed. Let's just type in fractionating still, see if there's... What's this saying? It doesn't seem to be used up, and I haven't put any... Yeah, I think it just might do something to it. I'm not sure exactly what that thing does to it. How am I going to get the liquid in then? I want everything to be an input. This is auto input unavailable. It's output. Come on. There we go. Alright, so we've got some rosin. So what do we do with the rosin then? We can make a florb. No thanks. So we get some tree oil. Let's see what we can do with the tree oil. Usages of tree oil are... not much. We can stick it in a compression dynamo. So yeah, it's a bit like it's. So you can see there's various different things you can do with this. So let's see if I can auto output to this then. You want to let me rotate that at all? That is odd. Yeah, for some reason I can't rotate it. It's letting me do it here, but I can't seem to rotate it when it's next to it. No, right clicking, doing exactly the same thing. Once if I put it down now. Oh well. Is there a tank in here? Yeah, there's a portable tank. I could put it in the tank. I bet I'll get it in there. Can I output to the side of the tank? I don't think so. We'll try that. Oh, interesting. The top doesn't change. Let me see if it fills up if I put it underneath. Okay, it went. Oh, what's the other thing? I bet I can get it in the dynamo now, right? In you go. No. There we go. So there we go, we've got the tree oil in there. Fluid, fuels and coolant. Really? What you want cryothium as well to do it, power, do you? Let's have a look. Yep, you do. Cool. And what, can I convert this as well? Probably. Oh yeah, now we're talking. Cool. So there's some nice power stuff as well. But yeah, I mean, there's various different things like there's a cache. Store lots of things in there. It makes noise. I'm still interested in the like there's petroleum. So you need to. Where does petroleum come from? It comes from petroleum dust in the magma crucible, which comes from the Basil's thing. There's mobs. There's blitz, mob, infusing all this stuff in the fluid transposer. But yeah, to be honest, I'm just looking at the new stuff really. Advanced throttle. What does that do? Let's put it in. You can see what things can happen in the dynamos. It doesn't actually tell you the augments. Compression dynamo. Yeah, various things to enhance various things, I guess. Oh yeah, this is the one you want in here. Oh yeah, it just hugely increases the energy you can store in there. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. Oh yeah, the phytogenic. I mean, this is old as well. This is obviously used for all those harvest craft duplication things. I'll just put it here. But yeah, you know, cryothium, petroleum, all the usual stuff. Do I accept that power? Just fucking guess at this point. Yeah, I don't get that. That's a bit weird that the power's just not going straight in. Yeah, in the past it would go in a bit easier than this. You'd literally just hook it up. Fertilizer slot unlocked. Yeah, a lot of fucking different colours now. I think there are always quite a few. You can get the phyto grow. This one's the best. That power is not going in, is it? Why is that power not being extracted? This is resonant. Oh, I know why. It's because of this, isn't it? Let's get rid of this. No. That might still be that. Let me just put this. I just want to check that. I'm just curious. That. Let's put it down. Not you. Not you. Oops. It's the conversion kit, which is the one that just goes straight. Yeah, that's just for items. Ah, it's weird. Does it need a redstone signal? Might do. Yeah. Maybe I'll put it somewhere else. Doesn't seem to like that one. Let's put it here. Does it need to have the sunlight? I can't even remember. It's funny that one doesn't work. Let me try putting another machine there. Let's try just putting a pulverizer there. Conversion kit, that's right. There must be something I'm doing wrong here then. The augment is not able to extract. Oh yeah, the currency thing. Is there some way that... Is there some reason it's not extracting, I wonder? So it's very strange. I wonder if the other dynamos will not extract when I do that. So look at this one. So this one requires fluid fuel and solid reactant. What about this stuff? Will that go in there? Oh well, that gives me night vision, resistance and haste. So what could fluid fuel be? Maybe, what about some pyrotheum in there? Maybe I need a tank to put it in. Ah, fuck it. I can't be fucked with that. Anyway. Yeah, I think I'll probably do it with the spotlight. Some coolant must be present. Well, how do you make that other stuff, the naphtha? You need to get tar, which comes from crude oil. Can that be made into anything else? Refined fuel. What about putting some refined fuel in here? It's just a case of guessing what fucking goes in what. There's no indication to tell you what you can put in there. I'm still interested in this one, to be honest. Fluid fuel, yeah, that's fuel and coolant. So what about a bit of gelid in there then? A bit of this. There you go, went on there. Let's see if this one wants to go in now. Yeah, I think probably... Wait, which is the one I had down there? That was this one, wasn't it? I think I must have just not had it in properly or something. Because they don't need redstone signals because redstone is ignored on it. And that filled up the buffer pretty fast. Oh yeah, there's things as well to like increase your yield in ores and stuff. So we can do some processing speed, secondary product, you know, all this sort of stuff. Yeah, so the extraction is like, so let me see, ore output enabled. So that should be on the right face, right? There we go. Hmm. So yeah, I never liked that thing that it does where it has half of the box a different color. It never made any fucking sense to me. So isn't there a way to, where's the secondary output increase? Yeah, it's not actually linked to, yeah. I think the one I had in there is a secondary output increase. So the auxiliary sieve. Well, you can't just right click on it, which is quite cool. So just see where no, the secondary output's still going in here. Yeah, so this is obviously using the induction smelter. What was the other dynamos then? Oh yeah, the numismatic. I will get to some of these other things as well. Let's just check it out. Uh, compression. Wait, compression is the one I've got here, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, we don't need to see that one again. Numismatic. Okay, so if we look at how to get the coins, then let's have a look at that. So we need them in the compactor. Yeah, you see, I knew it wasn't going to do that. I never quite got how to send the secondary output to a different place. Oh well, guess we'll never know. Let's let's put a compactor down. Okay, so we can see there's various different modes for the compactor. How do you get that? What's the compactor upgrade? What's annoying though is that it's not actually showing me what the compactor upgrade is. I just have to try and remember, and I'm pretty sure it's this one. Okay. Let's stick with the conversion kits then. We'll put in the numismatic upgrade. So can we put in? How do we make the gold? Let's make gold coins. Or could we, I think you can do any coins. I think probably the best is what? Let's make iridium coins. Iridium's pretty good, isn't it? So we can put in a block of iridium. Let's put in a stack of blocks of iridium. Okay, so this should be giving it a decent amount of power. And I assume that I could just put like this thing, the mediator, like around it as well. It's not like a big deal. Yeah. Oh yeah, I probably want this as well to get more yield. Like this is what I would probably do. Oh no, in the pulverizer rather. If I had the pulverizer out and I wanted more yield, I might want to put like this thing in here. So you can basically just mix and match them. Yeah, so that's might be what I want to do here. The numismatic dynamo, you might need some coins for that. Yeah. Can I? Is this thing not convertible though? Oh, it is. So yeah, so you can do all that stuff. Yeah, the pulverizer. Interesting. It's actually got a space for liquids as well. So a lot of them do actually. You notice that if you have oh yeah, this. So this is actually does that, right? So then what I'd have to do is put in this stuff, and then that will increase the yield like that. So some interesting mechanics at work here. Like, yeah. Um, I mean, we're using coins to increase the yield of a pulverizer using petroleum. I mean, pretty funny, really. Um, yeah. So there are these mobs, aren't there? Do they have spawn eggs? There's the Bessels and the Bliz. We'll just have a quick look at those two. I assume they're the only ones. Honestly, I'll just show the Bessels. Okay, I may as well show those. You can see various different things. Get Blizzrod. Did I get anything from the Bessels? Let me just check the Bessels. Interesting. Yeah, you can see there you get the Bessel's rod. You can turn it into Bessel's powder. Like I say, you can make the petroleum that way. Let's look at more thermal expansion stuff. Energy cell, nullifier, igneous extruder. Again, there's various different there's various options for all these machines. I don't really need to go to all of them, I don't think. I've given a pretty good. You can see you can put in both liquids in there. Just take some more conversion kits. So if you want to swap this, you could put in, say, a you know, maybe something like this. That'll swap it to granite. And yeah, I mean, can you? Some of them you'll notice that you can't actually. There's no real clear indication of which ones you can convert. Well, there's a lot of iridium coins. And these coins are just used in the Numismatic Dynamo. There's nothing really else to it. So some stuff can be converted. There's different outputs. Let's actually just quickly check the phytogenics. Didn't get it to work. I literally can't even remember why I didn't get it to work before. It should work here though, right? Let's try it. Interestingly, when I'm trying to break it here, it's not letting me break it. And you can actually see, if you look there, you can actually see it outputting. It's actually got a little animation there. I never actually realised that. Has it stopped? No, it's still going. What about now? Wow, it's really not letting me. It does not want to be broken, does it? That's interesting. Yeah, there's definitely some little quirks and stuff. What did I do with this stuff again? I've forgotten. Oh yeah, this was like the resin makes the tree oil. Yeah. But yeah, I think you do actually. Is there actually an oil bucket? Like, how do you get the crude oil? How are you supposed to get crude oil? I think you just have to rely on it being generated, don't you? I don't think there's any actual way to. There's the creosote stuff. Nothing really going on with that. Oh, that's what you might want to put in with the reactant dynamo. Did I have one of those? Put in a bit of creosote. Yeah, you can't just do that. What else did the reactant one want? Fluid, fuel, and solid reactant. What, this stuff? Can this stuff go in there? I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what goes in there. It's not coal. I don't know. There's a naphtha. But yeah, I've kind of covered everything. Maybe there's obviously like a few little gaps in what I've done here, but nothing. I don't think anything particularly major. So that's getting some stuff, and you can see that. But yeah, what does this need then? That's not working either. With sun and RF. Am I still no? Should be all right now. It's got power. It's got seeds. The sun is still not showing though, weirdly. Water maybe. Oh, the sun is actually linked to the water going in. Let's upgrade this one then. Let's increase the speed, I guess. So you can put. You can see it's quite interesting, isn't it? You can just put in all these various different augments. So you can increase the chance of getting seeds here, for instance. And we just put in. Yeah, so if you did something like this, I mean, what have I got here? Seeds there. Oh well, it really drains the water. I wonder if I can just. I used to just do this. Oh, you can't actually take a source block of that. That's weird. So look. Oh wow, it really chucks it down when you do that. Crazy. But yeah, that'll probably do it. Thanks for watching.